Chopper 4 over what we are told. They are chasing this roadside assistance vehicle that was carjacked earlier this afternoon.
From what we understand so far, a driver asked for this roadside assistance at the Kiss and Ride in Beltsville, and that's when the driver took off with this roadside assistance truck. As you can see there, it's moving through some neighborhoods or parking lot. This is Beltsville. You can see police chasing, not a high-speed chase, but trying to pursue this truck.
So we understand that after the person who carjacked this vehicle took off from the Kiss and Ride lot, crashed into several cars along Route 1 in this area, and police are continuing to pursue this car, what looks through a parking lot here of some sort of an office building in Beltsville. Again, this happened not too long ago. Chopper 4 is live above the scene as we're watching this person drive through this parking lot.
And it looks like there are enough police vehicles on the scene where officers are trying to somehow corner the vehicle, or so you can see now multiple cars now chasing the roadside assistance truck in that parking lot. And
wow,
now it looks like the truck is going into...
They're driving across the grass right there. We will see how far this goes, but this is wild. This is happening right now. You can imagine this caused quite a scene probably along I-95 and Route 1 earlier when this vehicle was crashing, and we're in the midst of rush hour traffic right now. This is not something we see every day here in the Washington, D.C. region.
No, you can see on the side of the truck it says emergency patrol. There are lights flashing on the roadside assistance truck as well. Okay, now that truck is back into a parking lot after crossing that grassy area, and now moving a little bit faster and trying to escape police at this point. But again, what we don't know is whether there are people injured after the truck crashed into other people on Route 1, who's driving the truck at this point. But it looks like the truck is moving through this parking lot. You can see other vehicles there now. It looks like a shopping center now.
This is a shopping area there in the Beltsville area. It's right along Beltsville Drive right there. As you can imagine, there have to be plenty of people in there. Hopefully police are trying to tell people to stay in their cars, stay inside the building, as we're seeing this truck weave its way through the parking lot in an attempt to get away from police. It looks like police keep trying to stop the car, but it's right...
Yeah, now it's back on the roadway on Beltsville Drive, and there's other traffic.
Just to watch police pursuing this vehicle through what is now somewhat... You've got a residential area here of townhouses. Hopefully people are inside and they are out of the way. By the way, we should mention we're watching this on a slight delay right now, just in case, the person inside is monitoring any sort of news communication or communication, so they're not aware of everything that's happening in terms of the police around them.
So what we're seeing right now, again...
Oh, okay.
It's in progress right now. You're looking at it. We're looking at it at the same time. And Zoe, we were told this was like an emergency response or some kind of tow truck in the front.
One of those roadside assistance trucks, and you can see they're just kind of going through this neighborhood. It's unclear how this chase started, but at this point you can see multiple police officers just tailing that truck at this moment. I'm not sure which police department that is. Originally we heard from Prince George's County Police. You can see one of their cruisers parked to the left. There we go.
And they're trying to block him in to try to keep him from going. And
you have Maryland State Police, those troopers as well.
This is a very, very slow speed chase. Police are still following this vehicle back out onto the roads right now outside of that townhouse community.
And at last check, there are 5 police vehicles chasing this roadside assistance truck right now. The truck, you can't miss it. It says emergency patrols. It looks like it's yellow and the lights are flashing. That's probably part of the emergency vehicle that it is, because it's a roadside assistance truck. And now the problem is it is going into traffic.
Maryland State Police is the lead agency here that has initiated this pursuit, and that Prince George's County Police, because it there is in the county, they've been asked to assist. So you have a number of officers just sort of converging in and around this area in an attempt to bring this vehicle to a stop, but they've so far been unsuccessful in even trying to get in front of this vehicle.
You might not actually realize this is a chase.
Right.
You might think this is just somebody trying to get somewhere. Now, of course, you see this maneuver here. They tried this before. and the driver of the emergency vehicle was able to outmaneuver the trucks that were trying to kind of pin him in. It looks like they've got him here right here.
Maybe this will work, but we're not sure.
Looks like the driver is still trying to maneuver, trying to get around, going on the side of the road. So this is clearly intentional.
Yeah, and this is the most aggressive.
Oh, there it is. That's the first impact
we've
seen on another vehicle so far.
And so at this point, you have to wonder how much longer this can go. You're driving through some of the terrain here. Okay, so we're back on the road again.
So, and we can say here that this roadside assistance truck was stolen.
I'm trying to read the side of this truck as well. I can't make out whether or not it says Maryland Department of Transportation.
It does.
Somehow, okay. So that is a state truck that was taken here.
It says emergency patrol on the side.
And so this person, whoever this is driving it, I'm assuming some of these officers who have been able to tail it, get on the side of it as well, have identified the person. They've been able to sort of get a lookout to understand who the person is in the driver's seat, just navigating through traffic.
It is 6:11 on a Friday evening, rush hour traffic, folks trying to get home, and there is quite a bit of activity that people here did not anticipate. This is a police pursuit.
At some point, this driver went through a parking lot, went through some shopping center areas before it was back on the road.
You can see the vehicle now heading into a gas station here in the Calverton community. The driver is pulling through. Okay, we're keeping an eye on this right now. It looks like the driver's going in circles, and police are just following the vevehicle. You can see him hitting a cruiser right now and not stopping. This is really, oh gosh, this is really, really scary. This has got to be frightening. It's going
significant
the wrong
damage
direction
to the
right
cruiser.
now.
Yes, after
it's going the wrong direction.
After going through that gas station and hitting a cruiser, is it going in the opposite?
Well, now it's back on the right side of the road.
In an attempt to bring this to a close, match that aggression and trying to get this person stopped.
Yeah, and we have seen this driver. Okay, so now we're pushing other cars away. Yeah, initially it was just about police and getting out of the way and sort of delicately going through traffic here. But you see now this is taking an aggressive turn. And this is when it gets dangerous. Before we brought this to you live, the folks at home, you were watching this for roughly 20 minutes? So this has been going on for quite some time.
Oh, there he is getting at two other cars now, moving literally.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
This has gotten really, really serious. Two cars there in the intersection have been smashed
up.
up.
Just went through Columbia Road.
Okay. Hit another car. And another car. These cars are trying to get out of the way. They seem to sense that something is happening here.
And so, Adam, how long roughly 20 minutes back to that point?
When you look at Maryland, officers are they are authorized to pursue if it appears that somebody who has been given an appropriate signal to stop, who has been told to stop by a law enforcement officer, does that, and this is clearly not happening.
Yeah, so he went into this neighborhood, it appears.
This person clearly seems to know a bit of the terrain here. They know where they're going.
It would appear that way from all the driving that we've seen through office parks and some of the main roads and now all these secondary roads. And the fact that he's been able to escape going into a parking lot and then going into a cul-de-sac and being able to get back out is kind of perplexing. But you have to imagine that the officers, they have their rules of engagement and what they're going to do. We haven't heard anything about the suspect potentially being armed. But if that is the case, is that a place where you want to try to bring this chase to a stop in a residential area?
So it looks like we're at the end of
another cul-de-sac here.
But once again, we're making a U-turn, and you have some of those officers. Those of you watching at home, you've noticed they're blocking off some of those streets. Presumably, in this case, they're trying to keep people out of the path of this driver.
Right.
So you're working on not only capturing this person, this driver, but you're trying to make sure folks are staying safe as well.
As it came closer to when we eventually went on air with this, that's when this vehicle started to be pursued by officers. Everything that you've seen play out on our air is all of the impacts that the vehicle has made, and now it's moving again.
Do we think he's in the White Oak area right now? Sort of White Oak, Silver Spring, Route 29 in that area?
That would make sense. It's hard to follow as the chopper has been so intently focused very close in on it, but we do know that this started in Calverton. It was on Route 29. Then we saw the suspect get off onto 95 southbound and get off onto Powder Mill. So that's in the Beltsville, White Oak area. So yeah, White Oak would be closer to Silver Spring, Route 29. So it looks like it could be in that area.
Yeah, it looks like we're on Route 29 at this point.
We're not sure how this actual stolen vehicle
on the road taking off, how this actually began. So we're watching this as this unfolds, and we are trying to put the details together.
There wasn't much traffic before, but now we're starting to get into an area where you are dealing with heavier traffic.
Whoa.
We're at a light here, yeah, so you're pushing more of those cars and folks out of the way.
He's going to pass a shopping center on the right-hand side. That's where the Trader Joe's is, if that's a landmark that people may know. Crossing the road, going on to the opposite side of traffic now.
Oh boy, this is
trying to get out of the way. This is a problem.
So this is what we saw earlier. They were just sort of letting this driver have it, go at it, but this is where they're probably, look at this here.
Hit another car.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring this to a stop a lot sooner as you look at this driver.
Wow,
getting
hitting
more aggressive.
another car. 3 more cars, 4 cars, 5 cars. Doing another maneuver to go back on to 29. Oh, it looks like he stopped at this
so
tree.
I don't know if he's stuck or stopped. No, he's trying to back out of there. Again, so this all started with a report of a stolen truck, right, Adam? This is how okay, so we have officers approaching right now.
They appear to be opening the door. Are they pulling him out of the car?
Looks like they're going to try to pull him out of the car. We saw it moving just a bit. Those guns are drawn. I'm not sure if we're going to cut away.
It looks like they're trying to break the back window.
They're trying to get in somehow.
We don't know if this suspect was armed. We don't know how he or she took control of this vehicle.
And also how if this vehicle is going to stay there, in place.
Did he shift it into a different gear?
Right.
Is he even still moving?
So
there he is,
in
going
the truck. We're pulling him out.
We're watching this together. This is roadside assistance truck was reported stolen. It's off 29 right now on the side of the road. Police are responding.
And it looks like they have the person, the driver. And this all began, shortly before 5 o'clock, Adam? When we were watching this unfold?
Yeah, that's right. About 5:15,
now,
5:20.